Hi, Steve.
Hi, Natasha. Hello, everyone. I'm pleased to present the second round of lightning talks. To begin, I would like to welcome our milestone partner, Common Room, and Common Room's head of community, Rebecca Marshburn. Rebecca will be shedding light on how to connect community work to go-to-market goals and strategy. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, Steve. Thank you so much for having me. And Natasha, thanks for passing us the mic. Super excited to leave off lightning talks. Oh, I thought we were going to have a convo, but it's just me now. First, Ash, John, Joyce, Carrie, awesome panel. That is it's no small feat to bring a panel together. So kudos to you all and to the DevRelX team and to all of you for being here. Okay, so we have 10 minutes. It's a lightning talk. I'm going to jump in. So let me share my screen. And we're going to do this together. Very exciting. All right. So I'm going to give you a really quick overview of what we're going to look at since we only have 8 minutes now. But we are looking at high impact DevRel, connecting community and GTM goals, like Steve said. And so what are we going to cover today? Really quick, I am Rebecca, the head of community at Common Room. You can find me at Becca Odley on LinkedIn, on Twitter. That's enough about me. So we have 10 minutes in a live demo. What can we possibly cover? I'm going to talk really quickly about what we mean by high impact. It can be quite a marketing term. And so I want to make sure that folks know how we're defining high impact. Then we'll cover what you can do with your GitHub today. And there's a playbook that we can share afterwards that will actually walk you through some of these steps. If you're more of like a reading, do-it-yourself learner. And then we're going to discover whether or not it's a good idea to live demo. And I'm still going to do it. So it's always fun to try that live. So what do we mean by high impact? I was lucky enough to be the project manager on their 2023 Developer Relations Compensation and Culture Report, which many of you, 136 of you, shared your experiences through our survey, and then we created the report similar to how we did last year in 2022. And then we added new questions this year, both about more who people ladder up to, who DevRel teams ladder up to, and what those larger department goals are, as well as like culture and well-being questions. So really awesome report if you want to, or personally, I think it's really awesome report made so by you all from your answers. So I invite you to look at that. So what we found in that report, right, is that more than 50% of DevRel pros report to marketing or go-to-market departments. Those departments have goals and that are about product awareness, distribution, and ultimately product adoption through pipeline and sales conversion talks. And so DevRel goals roll up into that product awareness motion and that product adoption motion. That means that DevRel leaders, community leaders are serving one ultimate goal, right? Which is if you serve your members well and their needs well, then your business will be served as well. But really it's like, what do members need now? And then how do we make sure that by serving our members, we're also serving the goals of the organization and the teams that we roll up into. And so this is done through a mix of supporting and empowering members with education and product knowledge and driving business impact by helping to surface value-aligned buyers to your GTM and sales teams and increasing conversion rates between from prospect to customer. So what is that prospect, that person who would get a lot of value out of your product? What are they looking for? What are they trying to solve? And then what context do sales team members actually need to say, like, hey, I saw that you asked this product question, and we actually have really awesome features that would allow you to do that. Are you open to a call? And so that's what we mean by high impact. So what you can do with your GitHub today, you can quickly identify who's with your GitHub and Common Room, full disclosure. By connecting these two things together, you can quickly identify who's posting issues, who's making PRs, and who's starting discussions, plus who's starting repos and other things related to that. You can understand the context of those people's activity and the context of the replies. And then you can set up direct alerts for you and your counterpart teams to make triage, response, and sales conversations smoother, faster, and honestly, frankly, more relevant. So now we get to the part, dare we demo? Resounding yes, the crowd goes wild. I'm hoping the crowd is going wild. Let's demo this. So here we are in Common Room. It is real data, but we have anonymized it and randomized it to protect privacy, both of customers and members. But here we are in the activity tab. And so, for example, looking at what we can do with our GitHub today, let's say in this activity, I want to make sure that any members that are participating in my GitHub who have created at least one issue, and let's say that they still have perhaps no replies, right? So we're like, who do we need to surface first? So now we have this no replies. We're going to be able to sort and filter this quickly. And now let's say, okay, no replies in the last week, so we can make it really timely. So let's look at the last 7 days. And then let's say that we want to really be clear that we are making sure that it's blockers, right? So it's like we want to look at bugs or issues that have no replies, and maybe product complaints to understand who we should look at first. And then let's say, okay, I want to make sure that we're also looking at members or members of our community who are active contributors or influencers. So they have a broad reach across their networks. So we have 98 folks now. So this is a way where it kind of helps where it really should help your teams really understand.
Yeah, sorry to stop you, but we're still seeing your slides. So I guess you should switch screens.
Oh my goodness. 1 second. I see. Okay. I see how we do this. How's that?
Yeah, now we can see them.
Y'all, I'm so embarrassed. This is the thing about live demoing. Okay, so I will take a few of these off so you can see what I had done. But essentially what we did is we wanted to make sure that we are adding filters, looking for the right folks that we wanted to surface. So here we are in GitHub, source specific, right? We're looking specifically for a number of issues, at least one issue. And let's say that this issue has been logged within the last 7 days. And we want to say as well that this issue perhaps still has no reply. So this is a community member waiting for a reply. And specifically in those categories where it's, product complaint or a bug or issue, these possible blockers. This is still 132 activities that we can see, this negative sentiment, one bug or issue. Here are the topics. This one is about AWS and CMD. And then let's say, okay, we really want to make sure that we're really serving those members who are giving back to our community as well. So those are contributors within our community. And let's say even influencers who have broad reach across the space. So as you're able to set up these different filters, you can really filter down through the activity that matters to you, whatever that criteria is in your GitHub. This is making sure that you're serving those members first who might have blocking issues and who are active contributors in your community space. Another way to look at this is to say, who might our sales teams, right, be prospecting into, and who might have the ability to end up buying your product. And so you can actually filter by economic buyers. And now what you can do is say, okay, these are 6 different people who have logged an issue in the last week that's a product complaint, or that's a bug or an issue that still has no reply. And this is a CTO at proof of impact. And so you can actually go through here and really understand who these economic buyers are, these people that are able to actually sign off on saying, yeah, we want to look more deeply into this product. And yes, we want to purchase. So you can go ahead and filter all those members. And then one last thing is I want to make sure that I'm actually sharing you the right screen. What you can do is go ahead and set up a team alert for that. So let's say, as we say, we want a new activity, and we want that new activity to be from, let's say, as we said, those economic buyers. And then we want those activity filters to be, from GitHub, from issues, right? And then we want to make sure that those are in the category of product complaint, bug, or issue. And again, that they have no replies. And so let's say anytime this happens anywhere in your GitHub, anytime someone creates an issue, that's from an economic buyer that has one of these categories and that still has no reply, you can actually send it directly to your combined community, DevRel, and sales channel. So you could enter your channel here, whatever that is, and make sure that you immediately know when someone's in your community working through your GitHub and has an issue or is making a pull request, is actually making it a fork. So whatever these best buyers criteria, these moments where both you and your partner and counterpart sales teams want to be working together to make sure that what's happening in the community is actually impacting those downstream efforts of sales pipeline and conversations. That's what you can do here in Common Room, and make sure that you're really balancing that idea of serving both your members in a timely fashion and being able to ladder up to those larger GTM organizational goals. That is hard to do in 10 minutes. And Steve, thank you so much for coming on and letting me know that the screen I was sharing was certainly not the one that I should still have been on. And so I appreciate you all going on this live demo with me. I still get nervous for them, even though I've given them. And so I really, really appreciate you being on this journey as I go through live demo. So I think the last thing really to say is to say thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. I'm sure there will be many questions on this popular topic, so please continue the conversation on the DevRelX Summit Slack channel. See the chat for a link, everyone. Thanks again, Rebecca.